taking a moment here just to appreciate this waveform. I have sought after this waveform, at least with the solid state, VIC equivalent, for so long. Previously, season 1, maybe perhaps some of season 2, I had my Rotary VIC, and I just know how it produced the most beautiful equal opposite polarity pulses, and it just destroyed the water and just made so much hydrogen. But it was so amp consuming because it had an actual motor, there was physical resistance there, yada yada. You can see the Rotary VIC produces 3 pulses for every pulse, 1, 2, 3, and same on the negative. My goal was to, one, create as much voltage and gas as what the VIC was creating, but ultimately as well was creating the equal opposite polarity pulses that the Rotary VIC that I had made, what it created. I had struggled for a very long time, with, coil configurations and, having a bifilar secondary and 2 inductors and all types of configurations and blah, blah, blah. But we even got some good performance and some great videos and some great discoveries. But that waveform was never true. It was never perfect in the fact of what this waveform is. This allows for maximum voltage potential between those plates. And when you have the maximum voltage potential between those plates, that's when you have maximum gas flow. That is when the greatest stress is being exercised on the water molecule, being able to effortlessly pry it apart into its component parts. And I think just, the way these cells react is just a testament. And you can tell I get to a point where I'm producing a lot of gas because these cells are so small. As you'll see, a lot of the contaminants in the water begin to be released, which is, one of the functions of the water fuel cells, that ultimately you're left with completely pure water after combustion. But what is left in these cells, as you can see, is what is all in your water. This particular being, city water, tap water. It is certainly not the best water you can get your hands on. I certainly would not drink this water. From the tap here at where I am located, I would never drink the tap water because there's so much in it. This basically draws all those things out of it, and by expelling just H2O and ambient air gases, when you combust it, that brings it back to pure natural water, some of the purest you can get. But this waveform is so ideal, is so completely ideal for getting production. If you're struggling with your cells and trying to get, whatever working, throw it all away. Make this configuration here that I previously showed you. Understand the concept, the premise of how it works, and then take whatever from there. This is not, I did not base any of my work on mathematics, complex formulas, very basic formulas for that matter. And, I'm not a mathematician. My math struggles in that nature. This is what real world progress and experimentation has brought me to, which is a very basic setup here, much less complex than what I initially thought. Through these specific cells being the 1/2 inch that I've been specifying, the gap related to that, the frequency, the VIC, and my driver board here. This is my work of the last few years. I'm going to take it much further, but if you are struggling, build this setup and understand the process, because many people are like, oh, just concentrate on kilovolts, get more voltage, just. But yeah, I mean, yes and no. You can throw all the voltage you want into the cells, but if it's not balanced opposite polarity pulses, you are, one, incurring amp flow, and two, not exerting the maximum amount of force necessary to effortlessly destroy those water molecules.
This is Stand Revenge.
I've got my Walking Dead modded tool here today. These outer tubes appear to be slightly longer than these inner tubes. You can hear them shake around. That's not what I want. It's not ideal. I don't want this to be vibrating. We're just going to have to deal with it. Alright, let's get the baby loaded up. First one needs a zip tie. See what we're getting now. 72 volts at the cell, 700 milliamps, 7 amps. Get a bigger waveform, more voltage, and cells are operational. You can see it there. These are probably needs a little bit of conditioning still. Real quick, I just have one cell hooked up, and this is my consumption. This is my setup with just 2 cells connected. This is with all 3 cells connected. By the way, y'all, I'm now at 400 subscribers. That is so freaking awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys that subscribe and like my videos and follow along for this journey of untold destination. 400, I never thought I was going to reach 400. I thought I'd get maybe like a couple dozen people following my channel here. So this is a huge ego boost to me, guys. So appreciate you. Much more to come, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.
This is Stand Revenge.